Well, welcome guys. Welcome to Fishing for Beginners. Today we're going to learn a few key differences between a bait casting rod and a spinning rod. One of the biggest distinctions between a casting rod and a bait casting rod, you can probably already notice the difference, and that's that the bait casting rod has got a trigger basically for your finger on the bottom of the rod. One of the differences that you don't see, however, and probably the biggest reason why it is important to make sure that you've got the proper rod for the proper reel, is the build of the backbone inside of the rod. So with your bait casting rod, you're going to have your finger underneath of it and the reel goes up here on top. Well, that being said, the backbone of the rod is actually up here on top, so that when the rod bends down, the backbone is the back end of the bend. With your spinning rod, it's actually the exact opposite, because the spinning reel is going to be facing downward, and the rod is going to bend the other direction when you're fighting a fish. So the backbone is built on the other side. So to kind of make that a little more clear, so like the eyelids on a spinning rod like this one, the backbone is up here on the opposite side of the eyes. However, with the spinning, or with the bait casting rod, the backbone is actually right here on the same side that the eyes are on. So this is going to make a big difference between selecting which rod you need for whichever reel that you have. If you were to put a spinning reel, for example, on the bait caster, you would have to hold the bait caster rod upside down. The trigger would be in your way and against your hand. And of course, when fighting a fish, the backbone would be in the wrong location and the rod has a higher chance of snapping. Same thing with the spinning rod. So if you were to put a bait caster reel on this, the reel would be on the top and the rod would bend backwards against where the backbone is actually located, and you've got a higher chance of snapping the rod. And then there's also the selection of simply the size. So you'll notice this Lamiglass X11, which is quite a bit larger than this Lamiglass right here. This is basically because of selection of reel size. So I'm going to use this rod for a heavier bait caster, such as this Abu Garcia 6601 CB Ambassador. And this is basically, this is great for salmon, steelhead, even sturgeon, larger game. And then, on the smaller bait caster, you would, do something like this Abu Garcia Black Max, which would be more bass, trout, things of that nature. And I actually have a video on using a bait caster. So if you need a little touch up on running a bait caster, just hit right in the top right corner up there. There's going to be a video. You can go and check it out. But that's going to be the difference between our bait caster and our spinning rod, and why you should be careful on which one you select depending on what reel you're going to be running. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button and click that little notification bell so that you can receive updates on all of my upcoming videos. Until next time, guys.